All right, moving on. From the government to the students and the parents, we are all appalled by the intractable strike embarked upon by members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, 6 months ago. But we have been there before, yet we find ourselves in the ugly situation again. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has narrated how his administration resolved a 4-month-old industrial action by ASUU in one night. Speaking in Abuja, Jonathan, who described governance as a complex job, said it took his intervention and determination to get the striking lecturers to agree to go back to the classroom. Gentlemen, so this obviously is an indictment that the bulk lies in the president's table to end this strike.
Yeah, you see, that is now the 4-month strike, right? And it ended. Before the Jonathan administration was the Yaradua administration. When the militants issue got to a head, he intervened personally. Decisively. And that is one of the things we are enjoying till today, what late President Yaradua did. And we have a president who appears as if, I'm looking for the right word, I don't want to be rude, who appears as if he's a God that people have to come and pray to, and you can't approach him. You can't come directly to him. There has to be some kind of strain between you and him, and then you have to beg him. And when those fawning, deceitful ministers keep saying, we will talk to the president who doesn't get back to you. Remember some time ago, he gave them 2 weeks to go and resolve the matter.
No, the education minister denied that the government did not give him 2 weeks, which means it was trying to say that
the president
was not interested.
Because the president did not come back. Just like in 2018, when he sent the IGP to Benue State.
And the IGP
the man did not, he went there and came back to come and have his birthday party. And the president openly told us that they didn't tell me that he didn't stay there. How did you give instructions and you don't find out if your instruction was carried out? So this president, in any case, it appears he has told us he has done his best. And I think he has shut down, actually. But if he has shut down, I'm not going to ask him to resign. Let him constitute some kind of state organ that will run the country.
Even if it is on ad hoc basis.
Yes.
Like we have said.
we can't. Nigeria is static as it is. I was here the other day. We were looking at Nigerians don't have wheat in this country. They have bread. Bread is going up. We were just discussing before we came to the studio.
You have to buy a lot of
13 states in Nigeria, I remember telling you, grow wheat. December is the planting season. Within 4 or 5 months, we will reap it. By the time the new government is coming, we'll start. No, but this president and his minister of agriculture, who I don't even remember his name, I don't know what it looks like. Do you understand? Neither of them is talking about this thing so that they can address this issue. I'm not saying we are going to address the issue immediately, but let's have an action plan. Nobody is talking about it. The Minister of Agriculture is just silent. They call it audio silence, or what is it? The man just keeps quiet. Nobody is talking about the Minister of Trade and Industry too. I can't even hear his voice anymore. It shows you, I remember telling you that leadership is the issue. This president is not showing leadership, and that is a shame.
All right, Mr. Matu.
This is a man who came 3 times. He wanted to be president. Olule. Then the final time they gave it to him, he can't do the thing. He came unprepared for this job that he has been asking for 4 times or 5 times now.
Sad.
It is unfortunate that ASUU was determined and they were looking forward towards a future. But it's also unfortunate that they were talking to deaf people, in quote. All Nigerians should accept one fact, that this government are only concerned about organized election. They are not interested in governance again. Between now and February next year, we all pray that we are alive, because the government has left governance. What they now want to do is to conduct elections. And they will have their way because politicians are also eager to get into office. Politicians are about getting to office. It's not about that thing. Because how come students, I have a son who I paid for his accommodation January this year for 12 months. He has wasted, for 2 weeks after we pay for accommodation, they went on strike. He has wasted 9 good months. So we have to pay again. He has lost 9 months in his life. thousands and millions of other students, all parts of Nigeria, are the same thing. So if Yoruba used to say, Abiamo, a good mother, when you're a good mother, when you see a child that is suffering, or a child that you will feel empathy for him. I think this government has lost empathy. And that informs why I said anybody that is still expecting any miracle from this government, you should go to the moon. So between now and February next year, Nigerians should be prepared and make up their mind what they want to do. But that there will be governance. Governance has stopped.
All right, the National Universities Commission has scheduled a meeting with the Minister of Education, Pro-Chancellors, Vice-Chancellors of Federal Universities for September the 6th. For you, what should be the focal points of discussion there? What must be discussed?
Olajumoke, you're asking me. 2009.
Yes,
Something happened.
Agreement.
One, revitalization of the infrastructure in the universities. Listen, I had my first degree in a Nigerian university in the 70s. And I'm running a PhD program in the 21st century now. I know the difference. I know what is happening. You cannot compare my time as an undergrad in the Nigerian university to now.
No.
It's not the same. The facilities, the things that we enjoyed. People used to come and make our beds, come and sweep our room in those days. We used to, today's Thursday, yesterday was Wednesday. Our lunch would have been jollof rice with with dodo, with quarter of a chicken and ice cream to go with it. Do you understand? That doesn't happen. You have to go and buy your...
Free of charge?
Oh, will you pay? I mean, it was how much? 50 kobo, per meal. But that is even not the thing. My mass comm department in University of Lagos, as you enter into the lobby, the air con is already freezing you. It's not even happening inside the classroom now. Facilities are no longer... alumni associations have to now be finding a way to help, which is also good. Revitalization of the universities, all of them. 2, and allowances of lecturers have to be paid. How would people work? Then you say that they should be promoted, or there's a salary review. People are stuck on the same salary level for the past 13 years or thereabout. What kind of nonsense is that? Do you understand? University autonomy, such that universities can then begin to raise funds on their own.
On their own, and do a lot of projects. Nothing
is happening. Listen, the appropriation, the law that, what do you call, when you're about to buy things, what's that law? You have to be coming for approval from the ministry, from the NUC or whoever, before the university can take some fundamental infrastructural decisions. That shouldn't happen. Otherwise, we are still stuck. We will be carrying the thing back to Abuja all the time. If a university is in Lagos, when you want to make fundamental decisions, you have to go and wait. And some of these people, when you want to see them, you have to carry Ghana must go before you can give approval. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
All right, with some faith in the background, will this meeting break the ice, Mr. Tunde?
Well, I think the key word that has been absent since 6 months ago is insincerity. Somebody has to show sincerity for the sake of Nigerian students. And all Nigerians know where there's no sincerity. Because an agreement was signed in 2009, 13 years ago. A 13-year-old girl or boy now is in JSS 3 or JSS 2. So which means the agreement that was signed before the father and mother know each other is yet to be fulfilled. So, in Nigeria, in any country, if the local government did not give you name or birth certificate, you are not a citizen of that country. What it means is that the life of our students meant nothing to those in corridors of power.
All right,
and they are not concerned about the future of Nigeria.
All right, let's quickly take this call from Akwa Ibom. Hello, Major.
Yeah, greetings to you all the Journalists Hangout crew.
Good evening to you.
Yes, my name is Major Oba. I'm calling from Sedibom in Akwa Ibom State. Quickly, please, I want to react on the issue of this ongoing strike this carnival, because it's turned to a carnival, not a strike again. What I want to say is that, Madam, you agree with me that there's a difference between that there is no fund and there is a fund that government doesn't take this as a priority. You can see that what I'm trying to say is that, remember, some months ago, government released 400 billion naira for poverty alleviation scheme. Later, they released 100 billion naira for agri loan. Later, we did a Father Christmas for Niger State by releasing 1.4 billion naira. Then recently, some days ago, they released 165 US dollars for a aviation sector. Then what are we saying? We doesn't even take this as a priority. Okay, just look at these are our brothers' money, Abacha's intervention fund, because they call it intervention fund because it's a good father that will keep the money for students when he wants to pass out. They have already budgeted what they're going to use that money for.
Thank you very much, Major, for your contribution. Now,
he didn't add that we gave money to Afghanistan. And I don't know the purpose for that.
All right.
The minister and the Minister of Finance announced that the president approved giving of money to buy jeeps for, and somebody is now denying that. After the Minister of Finance announced it, confirmed it to us, somebody is now saying it didn't happen.
All right.
What kind of government are we running? A government of lies or what?
He has said it's no sincerity. Okay, ASUU has announced an extension, and a lot of people are worried we'll also lose the sympathy of Nigerians very soon.
Well,
do you see this happening?
Well, it depends on how we look at it, because I believe they are much more fundamental than the issue at stake. The issue at stake is that they want a seriousness on the part of government that they will oblige and comply with the law or with the agreement they agreed to sign.
But the parents of these children are not finding it funny.
Yeah, I'm a parent also. I'm a parent also. But the thing is that we just have to, like, there was a time I said it, and Professor Shoyinka said it 3 years ago. I think we should just sit down and close all the university for 1 year and think.
You and I said it. We confirmed it.
We should just sit down and close for 1 year and think whether we want a university system.
Because people have lost 1 year anyway by this. So we
just have to go back to the brass tacks and begin to solve the problem of this country. That was the fundamental. Because I am very sure that if the ASUU people go back, I'm not saying they should not go back, they should go back. Like I said, there won't be governance again. They should not expect anything that will happen from this government. The moment the ASUU announced, the day the ASUU announced that they are not going back, the Minister for Education traveled out of Nigeria. What does that mean? What does that want to tell you? That if you like, go back. If you like, don't go back. After all, my children are not schooling here in Nigeria. It's very unfortunate. But I know that ASUU people, I'm not one of those people throwing sticks at them that they are not fighting. The highest paid professor in Nigeria is 486,000. That is probably after you must have spent 15 years as a professor. A councillor earns more than that. A councillor. Perhaps that is probably
senators who are going on.
Don't let them even go to senator.
Who are always going on what do you call it?
House of Rep members.
Yes, they don't do anything.
They don't do anything. Just go there to sleep. Watch the gallery the last 3 weeks. Whether that National Assembly has recorded 30% attendance before they went on break.
All right, Mr. Diko, let me have your final take on this before we move on.
There's something we need to also look at, to be sincere. The economy of Nigeria. And I will go back to government. We should run this government, because sometimes what they are saying is that they don't have money. And I give it back to them. You elected to govern us. You came, you showed yourself, you said a Milocon, and then we voted you there. Now we want results. Then you're not coming up with solutions. You just sit down there like a king, like a god that will be worshiping you. You don't come up with solutions. The Minister of Finance, who sits down there, finance is ways and means. I don't see anything she's doing about ways and means. Budgeting, somebody is asking, and what is budgeting?
It's only one person that is finance, budgeting, and national.
Yeah, but she's not even doing the financing. The budgeting, she has somebody who is assisting, and that budgeting is just arithmetic, subtraction, addition, multiplication, and division.
Proposal.
That's
it's a
what
proposal.
it's all about.
Budget is a proposal.
Then the economic planning, we don't have. We used to have 5-year development
plan. And
we just kept quiet. Nothing is happening.
It's the only vision that we have.
We need to start governing, running the system. Do you understand? Then you can then run the system. Government will now have more money from taxation and various other resources. And then, of course, we were talking about pipeline. Somebody is saying that somebody stole. When the Navy apprehended a ship, loading petroleum out of Nigeria. It was later that they now found that after they apprehended them, NNPC people now came and said, oh, this is the approval to load. Meaning that there is complicity inside of governance. People are stealing our oil and they are pretending as if they don't know what they are doing until maybe even those people who intercepted the ship,
maybe they did not
settle them. That was why they
were in the dark.
And they now brought the papers. They quickly brought the approval, which means a game is going on. The president and the commander-in-chief is responsible, is the chairman of the Security Council of this country. And we have National Security Advisor, we have Minister, he's the President, he's the Minister of Petroleum Resources. We have the Minister of State. Can you imagine the whole array of agencies and individuals who are supposed to run this country, and they are not running it? And then they are making all of us suffer for nothing.
All right.
And they are getting paid. That's a good thing. They are getting paid for the job. The president is getting paid for the job he's doing. And he's living in a free house, getting free food, and the rest of them. And they don't do any job. Rather, they are just wasting our time and lying to us.
And signing contracts every Friday.
And signing contracts. And they never come up with a solution. That is the problem. There's no governance.
At the end of every
They are not running the country.
What you hear is
contract
has been awarded for clinical.
So that's why there will never be money to pay ASUU.